Hold on.
We're live. Hey, come to cut. It's a wrap or whatever.
Or
Um,
whatever.
your co-host Antonia, and this is introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm Amanda.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to be recapping Ready to Love, season 5. Normally we do our recaps or our reviews right after the show, but we're human, we're adults, and we have lives, just like you see right now. Shout out to shout out to Monique, because she all about no bonnets or whatever. But I got my bonnet on because I'm about to go to bed after this. Okay.
That's a
Uh,
good bonnet too.
Thank you. I washed it and everything. Ladies, please wash your bonnets. It needs to be washed. So anyway, we're going to recap this one. Actually, Ready to Love review is in DC. We do have a podcast, so if you would like to join our podcast or you want to listen more, we talk about everything Black culture, Black film, Black media. We're more focused on filmmakers, particularly women in filmmaking. That's our hit. Okay. Um, Come on and join us. And if you like you like what we putting down and you want to pick it up, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Subscribe button. And we edit this. This is already just the flow, okay, with our point of view and everything that we would like to discuss on Ready to Love. So let's get all right. We're ready. So this week was all about going to a retreat or, Ready to Love, their whole um before they everybody makes their final decision. They usually go on a vacation or a retreat with all the couples, and it's kind of I think it's like, Amanda, don't yarn, okay?
I'm sorry.
To me
You
it's like,
are doing great. I just had a yarn attack. That's all.
I know yarning is contagious. So anyway, back into it. um the retreat, when all the couples are together, I feel like it's like a survival of the fittest, where
Mhm.
all come together, and now you have to actually, you know, it's
Mhm.
a good mixing pot. It's actually, I like this part with production having, hey, let's put all the couples together, because then you can find out who said what to who has the strongest connection, who's vibing with who, and things like that. So I feel like, that's a good place to do that. And I feel like also the production tells them at this point, it's like, okay, so are you connected to me? Or what you want? Are you feeling me at this point? Because I noticed everybody was saying the same thing. It was like, okay, do you have a connection with me? Do you want to couple? It was around the lines. So it
They,
first started,
they want to know, how do you feel about me, basically.
right,
Mm.
because now it's the time, because they've been together for about 6 weeks now, so it should be the time.
It should be the time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a hybrid way of dating or whatever. So in the beginning of the episode, they're showing them, and I love this scene. I love that they're showing the behind the scenes car ride on their way to their retreat or whatever. So you see Camille, Zadia, and Cornelius in a car together in that opening scene as they're driving to um, their location or whatever. So I thought it was cute because I get to see the dynamic between the two, because I didn't know Camille and Zadia were tight, but
Hmm.
they're riding together and going to their retreat together. I can understand. Okay, y'all tight. I get it. I get it. Y'all so tight. Y'all even got a whole group or whatever.
Brown girls group. I didn't know Moomin was connected to them either, so that was a good little behind the scene.
So a group. But see, I'm all down for groups, but I'm not all down for groups because I feel like that's a divisive thing. Okay, we got a group. It's called Brown Girls Group. So I feel like you already okay. Like, look, shirts against the blouses. I, I feel like you just trying to be. I mean, it's to me, and And the only reason I'm saying that because Zadia already displayed in her character that she's not cool with all women.
Mm-hmm.
That, why she wants to do, the Browns, whatever. And I can't even, anyway, whatever. That's another discussion. I can't even talk about Zadia and why she feels the way that she feels and why she wants to have her own group, the brown skin group or whatever. So in a show that's predominantly, always promote like that female unity. So why are we dividing? Anyway.
That's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, it sounds like maybe issues or dynamics. I don't know if you feel like she's with the brown girl group. I don't know if that's like a projecting on maybe some injuries that she might have. I don't know, but it just sounds like I don't I don't know. Maybe she's dealing with some issues in the past that
And I feel like, and I put it in my note, Zadia needs, some counseling. Like, first of all, I don't like how she comes at the other women.
mm-hmm.
And I'm sure she's a very sweet person to her core. I'm sure she is. But when she gets around other women, she becomes very combative. So, I mean, I feel like she needs to take a look at that.
Okay.
Anyway,
All right. Yeah, I want to go from the beginning to the end. So they were in the car ride together. My notes I was curious to know why is she riding with Cornelius and Camille. Why is she not riding with Naeem? What happened to that?
her man. Why are
That
you not with Naeem?
or Dante, if that was one of your strongest connections. So yeah, I was curious to know why is she the third wheel, and also just to piggyback off what not Zadia was trying to do, like in the car when she was asking Cornelia, so what's your intentions with Camille? So she started a little kind of discord between them, and that's when Camille was like in her faking her feelings about that. And I feel like she got out of that because when they got to the pool, she mentioned to Naeem, like, oh, I might have started something with Cornelius and Camille, and I said what are your intentions? And I felt like she took joy out. So that was my observation. And then also car ride with Sabrina and Walter together. What were your thoughts on that?
First of all, when the season first started, I liked Walter. I thought, oh, Walter, he's zen. He seems real, solid. He seems like a zen, solid dude. But throughout the season, throughout the last two episodes, I'm like, man, Walter is whack. Whack Walter. Like,
I'm talking on the car ride though.
Okay. All right. I'm skipping ahead. But yeah, on a car ride, I felt like I don't even know if they had much conversation or whatever, but I know that Sabrina brought up that she used to be a dancer and not just a regular old dancer. She was a a dancer. She was a stripper for 10 years. And Walter's expression was like, I don't know, that could be a red flag or whatever. I'm like,
I mean, she danced. I mean, I was thinking like,
I just thought it was weird for her to bring it up at that time. But I mean, it's a car ride. You bring up all your juicy stuff
yeah,
on a car ride.
how long you're driving. I'm sorry, go ahead. You have anything else to say about that?
No.
I do. On my notes, I was like, okay.
Dude, I was like, let me just let you go. Go ahead. What you gonna say?
Because I was like, hold on. Because number one, we didn't hear this in her intro video. I think this is something fascinating she should have brought up. You know what I mean? She was a dancer. It's just interesting because it's not like a profession to be like, okay, when you're at school, it's like, what do you want to do when you grow up? What do you want to do when you grow up? I want to be. First of all, we don't even know if she is what type of dancer was it? Exotic dancer, stripper.
I seen it twice, and I feel like it was just weird and how she said it, but it was exotic. She was like, because
mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, for 10 years, okay, some team, this is the players club. You go for college and trying to pay your tuition or something like that. Okay, that's cute. But for 10 years, that's a career. So you said you had a career in dancing. You got a whole 401k in dancing. That's your money pot. Okay. I wish you would have brought it up a little sooner though. Like, but what kind of dance? Like, was she dancing at Junior's bachelor party? Like, I just want to know. I'm curious.
Bachelor party.
Curious.
No, it was. It was. She said because in a thing she was like, when I tell people I used to dance, they be like, "Oh, did you do ballet?" Blah blah. She said, "No, I did dance and dance." You know what I mean? In her confessional,
Yeah.
that's what she said. So yeah, she was a dancer.
And then
Good
like
for her.
Walter did bring. Yeah, a couple of years ago, it might have been like a negative connotation or whatever. So he said, but this time it's a little more accepted, and it is accepted. I mean, like, hey, those girls be on the pole. I wish I could do stuff like that,
And you know
but it,
how much money they make? Like they make money.
I wish she would have said like all the conversations that they had. Is I'm curious to know why did she just bring it up right now? Like, shouldn't you? Wouldn't this come up in another conversation, like in the beginning? You know what I mean?
But do you bring that up in the beginning? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, she seemed like she was.
it's a job that you had for 10 years. So when people go through their work history, yeah, they usually bring up their work history. Yeah.
Yeah. So
10
what did
years. Yeah.
I do this now? But I used to dance. That's what you should have said. I don't know why you hiding that information. Um. So moving on to Sabrina and her confession. Uh,
Oh, I
it's
want to go back to Camille. Okay, go ahead. To
crazy.
Capri.
Corny Canary. I'm so done with them. But go ahead.
I just want to say Camille was super childish.
So
But wait, first, I do want to say I loved how we actually got to see their car rides to the vacation, because that's something that Ready to Love has never done. Actually, see the process of them going into the vacation and then they're going with their significant others. So I thought that was cool that we actually got an insight into like their conversations, into their relationships going into the couples retreat actually. So kudos to y'all for adding that. But what I wanted to add about Camille in that car ride when she got mad about Cornelius about something, I don't know. I was like, Camille is super childish. She reminds me because she's in her 40s, but early 40s, early 40s. But she reminds me of how I was when I was in college. Like the whole possessiveness, the whole possessiveness and craziness. Like she reminds me of the college me, and I'm just like, how old? And I keep saying, how old is this woman? Like she's,
mm-hmm.
I just, she childish. She's that childish. But anyway, what was you saying, honey?
Yeah, Camille is immature. Like it's the if you didn't like what he said to you, it shut down like, oh me, like that kind of thing. I don't know. It's just her whole body language, like is I don't and her whole demeanor is very immature.
Very immature. Yeah.
I don't know where else to put it, but I am so but we'll get to them in a second. So when they get to the resort, it looked like a resort or a mansion. It looked very nice. When the women came in, the first thing I said, okay, bodysuits, because all had on bodysuits and all of them were showing body yada yada. And I was like, that's cute. Y'all look real cute in your body. Um,
Y'all tight in together.
all tightened together. So the cameraman or production went on Moomin and Walter. So they went by the piano room, and Walter, which I didn't know, he's also a musician or he also plays the piano. And they had a song together. What it said? Stay right there. Stay,
Stay right there.
stay right there.
Moving cool. If you saw Idlewild, it gave me Andre
Um,
3000 and Paula Patton. Moving cool, moving cool.
they said we wrote a song together. It's called "Stay Right There." It's only 2 words. Stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there.
The hoe is mine, mine.
That's exactly what it was. Yo, with the rest of this song, man. And
Where's the rest of the song? I need to hear.
so
I
you
needed first verse, second verse, chorus, and the hook, the bridge. Where's the bridge?
stay right there.
But moving, she could sing, and what we learned, moving could sing, and Walter can play the piano.
Yeah, and you said mentioned something about Walter and how he is a progressing in this show. I
He,
actually,
he
I,
seems he's coming off very whack to me.
I
He's coming off inauthentic. And when I first met Walter, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I need to get this out.
think you sis.
So when we first met Walter, I felt that he was like zen and cool, calm, collected, blah blah blah. But the red flag for me was okay. So his wife died, but I felt like he was too quick to spill that tea that his wife passed. I mean, God bless the dead or whatever. Not even or whatever, but God bless the dead. But my intuition was like, does he be using this as a panty dropper? Because she passed like a long time ago. Like, not even that. Because, okay, forgive me if it's like insensitive.
We get what
But
you said. Mm-hmm.
but I felt like it was at a time span that she passed, I just felt like it was just like a panty dropper thing for him to say right off the bat. Like he didn't even waste no time, I'm a widower. Like, you know what I mean? But I push it to the side, like, oh, okay, he's cool, whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
now looking back, like, Walter is giving me he's not giving me those vibes that I thought, I thought he was cool, calm, collected, but now he's giving me those church boy drummer musician vibes. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like
Um.
getting with in. But
Okay.
am I wrong? I'll take that. If I'm wrong, whatever.
Guys think like put in the comments is Walter changing? Do you think he had different motives? Because I wrote with 3 question marks. I'm trying to figure out his motives now. For
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Um, so like as it progressed, but we'll talk about that when we get to it because I want to sequence. But if we get to let it flow, let it flow, let it flow, let it
Let
flow.
it flow.
Um,
Everything's gonna work out right,
so I feel like Moomin is really feeling Walter, but
hmm
really we're trying to figure so right after that, the screen or production or our cameraman went straight to Deontay. And he's talking about he's here. He seemed more energetic in this part. And I actually saw his personality more. Um,
Yes.
it might tie in with the this. Um, he mentioned
Girl, I was watching that episode and I was cracking up because whenever Dante talked, I was thinking about you. When you kept when you was talking through your tongue.
does talk to
I didn't realize it until you said it. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
girl.
Go ahead.
Mentioned that Zadia is his strongest connection, but he's not he's not reciprocating. That's what he said. So he hated. So initially he came in with the intention of, oh, I'm going to Zadia. This is my main thing. But Aisha came in swinging, and I noticed they do have a phone connection, but this is like the first time they were actually together, or their interaction was more physical. Um,
Right.
so I feel like I don't know because he probably went on dates with Nadia, but I feel like for a disclaimer with production, we need to see like I would like to see the fallout when couples are not connected anymore. Because initially it's like Aisha and Phil. Now she's not even mentioning Phil. She seems like, oh, Dante, Dante, Dante. But I'm like, what happened to her and Phil? Because she just had she cried on his shoulder. So it's like, okay, so
But
there's
Phil, it has to be some connection because Phil felt, that he was the person to come take her to the side when she got into that beef with Zadi at the table. He was the only one that, scooped her up and moved her to the side.
I just think
So,
that's a storyline. Like I'm trying to
yeah, you need to know why certain things are happening, not put together the pieces of the puzzle yourself.
like editing needs to do better. That's all I need to say.
Yeah. Like that would have been a good part, and I know we're jumping ahead, but for Phil to have a confessional after he took Aisha to the side, to have a confessional of why he felt he was the one that could take her to the side. You know what I mean?
And ask some good questions during confessional. You know,
Yeah.
and still
'Cause-
get around. You act like camera people, production. You are there the whole time. You know the story, motherfucker. We don't know the story.
no.
That's why we doing this because we trying to pinpoint stuff together, and that's why they coming back and trying to defend their people and be like, "Cause y'all don't know the whole story," and this
You're
and
right, because in blank, yes, because it wasn't
no,
pieced
we
together.
don't know the story because we only judge of what we see.
Right.
Okay. So, looking back at Zaya, so okay, goes back to I feel like Zaya is playing hard to get with Dante. I feel like she has a wall up. Like she probably do like him, but she's not putting, she don't want to put it out there or whatever like that. So Deontay is like, listen, I'm going to the one who loved me. Okay. And that's Aisha. She giving me all the juice, all the sauce. So after that, it goes back to
I want to say too, because and just to paint the scene, they show the scene of Zadia. She's in her room unpacking her belongings. And Dante shows up to the retreat, and he's all excited. He was like, "Hey, I see you at this room. I'm looking for a room. Hey, Zadia, And she's like, "Oh, I think you can find a room over there." And when she didn't even give him no eye contact, she didn't
um
give him a hug. Like, we're all at a retreat, and this is somebody that you're dating, but she didn't even look up to acknowledge him. But it was funny because before they shot to her, they shot to like Shiloh and Phil. When she's seeing him, she's giving him a hug, and they're showing everybody seeing it. And then they see to Zadia and Dante, and she's just unpacking her stuff. Well, you can go over there, find you a room. I don't know. They can send you luggage. And
yeah.
yeah, it was just so. I really think if she really likes him, she is the time is now to show it, because and I say that to you, Zadia, because he's showing, and in that moment, that particular moment, he was showing that he liked you. I mean, he was happy to see you or whatever.
He
And
was. He was very excited to see her. Like,
and you ain't give him no love, girl. What's
hey,
up? What's up?
have the time to play hard to get anymore. You're done with hard to get. Now we're in the getting. Okay. We're trying to figure out who goes with who stays with who. And he gave you a lot of the most energy I ever seen from Josh Hay.
Never seen this dude give no energy to nobody else. On He
So
was loud. He was hyped.
that's
He
why
was.
he's I don't think this is reciprocated. So
Mhm. He said that is that he doesn't feel that it's reciprocated.
going back to Zadia, because I feel like she was one of my top people. She was one of my top. I was like, oh, okay.
You
She has
love you, yeah. You loved you some John, yeah, yeah.
D. I was advocating for you, and then all of a sudden, I don't know, her energy changed. Like she has so compared to her and Aisha, if Dante was going to choose, that's why he probably gravitated towards Aisha in the middle of the show. About, but her energy is a little more positive. Zadia, it gives off a little more vibe or energy. She has low vibrations, which, you know, especially with guys, they feed off of that. Believe it or not, guys are a little more intuitive as well. They probably know
Admit it, but they be in their bag too.
are, and they have a PhD in learning women, so they understand body language. They understand what you're giving off, what you're putting down. So if you're feeling him, he's the type of person who's like, okay, I'm not gonna waste some time. I'm gonna go to the one who actually is feeling me, and we got chemistry, and we vibe.
Right.
That stuff mess. Stop playing two can play that game. Put the DVD down.
Smith messed us up.
Put the
She
DVD
messed us up.
and get off of it, girl, and stop playing with that man. Anything else with that part? Because it was just like them still introducing coming at the mansion.
No, that's it. I think you did that well.
Okay. So now we're transitioning to the pool scene. And this is the pool scene when camera cuts to Frank and Sid walking to the pool because they're setting everything up. People are going to the pool, or yeah, it's all pool activity. And I wrote down, okay, so that's when Washington, and that's when Washington was also at the piano. I also said, I thought, Sabrina was trying to make some little sexy comment. She was like, "Ooh, this keeps dripping on me," and then Walter said, "That's what she said, being nasty."
Oh yeah. They try to have a little flirty moment.
I was like, "Y'all stop." Sabrina's they trying to be like, "Oh, you're funny."
Out of that whole scene, while they were in the pool scene, it was Moomin and Walter.
Oh
It
no,
was
not. Oh, we are going back to inside the piano. Woman, she was being just. Well, he said that Walter was not giving her no vibes at the piano, right? This is
mm,
back into the piano, and Sabrina and Walter's at the piano, and Moomin walks in,
okay. Yeah.
and she, like, Walter was not being, open to her as well. He was sitting next to Sabrina, um, and he said his energy changed. What are your thoughts about that?
I don't know. Because Walter's dating both women. He's dating Sabrina and Moomin. Moomin, she saw them together, and I felt like her ego was like, nah, I'm gonna go in here and infiltrate this whole date. And I feel like she went in there just to test how he was gonna act, whether good or bad, just to test and how he act if he has two women that he has interest in. How is he gonna play it? And I felt like in that moment she felt disrespected. Like instead of him like acknowledging her or whatever, she felt that she got the cold shoulder.
Mm.
And and maybe for Walter that was just a time for just him and Sabrina. So
Already at the piano playing. Keep right there.
right there. So, y'all did a whole song to Moomin. Y'all did a whole song together. Y'all, whatever. And now you at a piano with another chick. Are y'all creating a song too? So, I feel like Walter played that wrong. Like, if she felt bad vibes, I don't know. It even translated that it was awkward, to me as a viewer. Um, she probably felt that it was super awkward. I didn't feel that it was super awkward, but to her, she felt that it was awkward. I just felt like you was testing him too much, and you should have just fall back or just chill. But whatever. Walter is whack. That's in my notes. Regardless. So I mean, what do you think? What is your thoughts?
I um
Moving cool, moving cool, moving cool.
um I feel like Finn is really feeling Walter.
Who,
I think
moving?
yeah, I feel feel like her feelings is all the way in. She's that's this. I told you this little weekend or whatever they have. It's the survival of the fittest, and you show who you really like. And she's putting all her energy in Walter. She never said anything about Frank, and Frank was supposed to be her one of her connections.
Right.
I feel like he doesn't know how to articulate that. Um, I also think that Walter was chilling with Sabrina, also being neutral. He wasn't flirting with Sabrina in front of her face. He wasn't like, "Oh, come here, babe, let me kiss you," something. He was just literally in the middle, and they weren't, And she probably really don't know what to do with these feelings, especially in this type of environment. Um,
Right.
and she kind of took it. She a little took it to heart. Like she was like, okay, he had the piano. We were just at the piano. You know what I mean? Why is he taking her to the piano and showing him how to play the keys? I don't like that. So I don't feel like Moomin is honest with her feelings at the time. I think she needs to find what the root is. Because I didn't think the energy changed. First of all, if it did change, I feel like he never been in this situation when he got two women right in front of him. It was like, dang, how I'm gonna do this? Like, I like both. I don't want her too much. I don't her too much energy. So what can I do? And then Sabrina also said that he was, Moomin was, feeling on his neck a little bit, making sure like I'm still here. Moomin was, feeling on his neck, make sure okay, I'm here, or whatever like that. So maybe she didn't give that off, but in confession, she gave that off like he ain't give me no energy, but you also made it clear that hey, I'm here. So I don't know. I feel like she really is digging him, and she's probably reading into it too deep. Because when they ooh, he was actually articulate. He was actually saying, "Okay, what's going on? You not giving me." He's actually a good communicator. He was just like, because your vibe is changing. You're doing this. She was like, I mean, I feel as though that you changing. You just doing this. You just and she changed. Like I've never seen that from Moomin.
Not recognize that, but yes, maybe because I'm always on the lady sides.
Yeah,
But I didn't recognize that. But yeah, okay, I could see that.
I've
Yep.
never. And she looked like she was out of character. I
It
mean,
was, it was out of character for Moomin to act like that. Yeah.
um, just something changing. Da, 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 da. But he's like, this is a decision I'm trying to make. I'm da 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 da. He was still trying to listen to her, and trying to be. And she really, I feel like her insecurity shows. She realized, she don't realize, but she need to realize that she's actually feeling him a little more than she thinks she is. I think she needs to be, and he's very patient. He's patient with her. He wasn't, didn't lash her, be like, man, what are you doing, man? You acting crazy or something like that. So, because whatever that is, that just came out of nowhere. What he should have done after she said that, she just needed a little confirmation. I think he should have just grabbed her, looked in her eye, be like, "Come here, man.
Yeah, something like that.
With
Something
you just need a kiss. Give me a kiss.
like her, something. So she can say, "Stop! You play too much."
Stop. Ooh, and grab her ass or something. Something. He,
That is a great observation. That is a great observation. I did not I didn't recognize that at first.
no, I just, he's. I'm still trying to pinpoint him, but I feel like look at my nail. God dang. Moomin just needs something
Yeah, she needed,
that
she
are
needed
you
something.
with me? I mean, because it's the first time that Sabrina and her and this, know, Walter's in here too.
Your phone is breaking up a little bit, but okay.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, but it was just like in and out a little bit.
Oh,
Um,
the first time that her and Moomin and Walter been in the same environment in the same location at the same. Okay, so how do you feel about um So I feel like I then it went to Aisha and Dante when she was about to make him some food. Hold up, I want to know, did Aisha cook all that food? Because she was bringing out food.
We have
Oh yeah, we love you too. We love black food. Yeah, I love women.
we love you.
Um, so Aisha and Dante came like Aisha is very physical, and she
Yeah.
she's been on, she knows how to flirt, she know how to make a man
Yes. Feel seen. Feel like a man.
feel seen. Like she has that, and I think Zadia knows that, and Zadia is maybe a little intimidated because
Mhm.
we find out the root between why Zadia has a problem with Aisha. We find out that later because they start flirting at the like, oh, I got vegetarian vegan stuff for you too, all in her face. Like, no, I like that. He all in her face. Um, so production, and I said a question with production. Like, I still want to know how it narrates. How do this love connection narrate? Like,
He
when,
said they talk on the phone a lot, but this was their first time actually having a date.
so how do you feel about that? You're talking on the phone, and for 6 weeks nobody has a date. So I'm just
Well,
curious.
apparently, if you go, whenever if you look at like the reunion interviews or whatever, they set the dates up. Like, I feel like they can't go on a date unless production sets them up. That's how I feel.
Mm,
Um, I don't know if I don't know how that works.
all right. So okay. So for then the camera goes back to Corny Cornelius and Crazy Cam. So how do you think that when she gave him a necklace? I'm tired of seeing them. I don't even that's why I haven't even talked about them. If they love each other and they already found love, why are they so I feel like they should definitely just raise their hand and say, we already made a connection. Yes, it's clear we're ready for love because this is us. Let's go. Like, why are you still on the show? They're really getting on my nerves.
Yeah, at this point, especially if nobody,
It's
both eliminate themselves and just date each other.
because at this moment, because drama is drama. If this is also ready love, but we also want a little drama in this show. So if you were dating somebody, I could see if Cornelius or Camille was loving on each other, but still undecided about somebody else. Hey, it would be a little more interesting. But y'all sitting here boo caking, just taking up space. Bye.
Why are you here?
Yeah, they getting on my nerves. And Cornelius seemed like he's scared of her. And I don't understand.
Which
Mm.
leaves me, okay, so they have dinner. There's a table set and everybody's at the dinner table in this scene. Um,
Mm-hmm.
First scene, Cornelia sits beside Camille, and she says, "No, I need you to sit in front of me because I want to see your face. Sit." She didn't ask. She just said, "Sit across from me so I can see your face." And they show everybody at the table looking like,
You know
uh,
what? She reminded me of that Fresh Prince of Bel-Air episode when Vivica Fox was on there, and her and Will Smith had a date, and she was like, "Oh, no, oh, he's not having a steak. He's gonna have a salad with a potato with nothing on it." And she was, and Cornelius was like, "Okay, whatever you want me to do."
yeah.
That's exactly that. It brought me back to that episode of Fresh Prince.
Because actually, right, because Cornelius, he's a sweet dude. He moved right across from her, and he don't want no problems, sure. And all the dudes and everybody was just looking at like,
Good.
okay.
What? I don't know. That's so weird to me. So yeah, they're at the dinner table. So Camille put him all together, acting like yeah, to go ahead and go in front of me, not beside me. And and then made a statement that was like, basically, if you eliminate Cornelius, I'ma fuck y'all up. So
Mm-hmm.
you said that Aisha, she's defending the group. First, everybody was a little modest, but Aisha, she ain't about that. Like, listen, Aisha was like, hold on, wait, let's get this straight. I feel like Aisha defends the marginalized. She gonna defend people who ain't who can't really speak because
Yeah.
I'm.
'Cause she didn't like the whole Camille and Zadia, like, oh no, just Camille just feel like she was bullying people. Like, y'all not about to get rid of Cornelius. I'm a F y'all.
That's
Mm,
what. Yeah. So
who
she did.
says that in a group? We're all adults here. And shout out to the Netherlands. We have the Netherlands in the building. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who says that when a group full of adults? I'm
Mm-hmm.
y'all up if y'all get rid of him. Like, that's literally bullying. Like,
Yes.
all here on a process trying to find our love or whatever, and you can't be making threats. And
That
yeah,
was.
like you said, Aisha, she's defending people who probably not going to speak up because
None
they.
of and everybody have a problem with Camille and Cornelia's interaction, but nobody said anything. And it was the confrontation was between uh Camille, Crazy K, and Aisha. And then Z come in on her
Zeke,
horse trying to say,
because that's the crew. That's the crew.
like, girl. And I feel like intervene because, I always want to know what's the root? What's the root? What's the reason why you feel so passionate that you needed to say something at the moment? Like, what triggered you? And feel like it's already the core is Dante. Like, you don't like Aisha because of Dante. So you're going to say something because you already have something about Aisha. That's just me. I don't know if you agree. And you may have another stance, but it's not because you're Brown Girls Club and you're for Camille. It's not about that. You already don't like Aisha because Dante already took, you know, Aisha took reins already on Dante's heart, and so you already got beef with old girl, and she was just waiting for a reason, and she was really mean girl vibes. I didn't like that. She has very low vibrations.
Yeah, and we said that from the start that she doesn't like women. Like, it just proved our point from probably like what 2 weeks ago that Zadia doesn't have a good rapport with other women, and that's something she needs to seek help about. Um, Sidebar, and I got it in my notes. But when Shiloh and Phil was in the pool sipping a little drink or whatever, and they were having their little moment,
Uh-huh.
Shiloh touched Phil's mouth, trying to get something off his mouth. My notes is like, get off his mouth, it's COVID. He don't know where your hands been. Get your hands off his mouth.
He ain't have a lot of footage on them, but also I also put on my notes that uh Phil over there looking like somebody uncle who worked the weekends at Little League. You saw that sweatsuit he had? Everybody had on trunks looking like summertime. He had on a whole like he bought
Yeah,
the coat.
totally. Like, he bought the coach football
I'm like,
little
what are you doing?
at the Boys and Girls Club. He did, but no, because Shallow at that same dinner where it was that beef going when Aisha and Sadia going back and forth. That dinner, Shallow looked like she was about to go clock in at the office. Like, she had on black work pants and this green turtleneck, and I was just like, "What are you
Bro.
doing?" And so I don't know, but I'm gonna blame COVID. COVID give us a brain fog, especially on fashion. So
So after their little discord at the dinner table, while Camille and Zadie acting like, "Oh, she's crazy. Why is she tripping? Whatever." That's also mean girl energy, and it's also kind of gaslighting, thinking that you didn't do anything and making the other person feel like they're crazy, but in reality, you're actually provoking, and you're also probably
the
the
culprit.
Yes, the person that's doing all of the instigating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't like that. Dante actually confronted Zadia and said, "Okay, yeah, I feel like you were poking the bear, or you were, you know, being the one that's, initiating all the things." Naeem said the same thing. Just talking about, yeah, I didn't like that from Zadia. That was a different avenue that I don't like. It just feels like she was just being
Mm.
at us. So the guy's just like, chill, peace and love. But why we gotta be?
Yeah.
Come on, I ain't late that. So moving all the way on. Oh wait, not forget about, hold on, production and camera. Let me tell you two things about production and camera. First of all, they were tired because during the summer at the pool, they over here at the pool, and I see mics all up in the cameras and everything, and
I didn't see
they,
any mics.
they probably was hot. Right in the interaction with Naeem and Zadia, they over there, the mic all up in the camera. I'm like, they tired.
They
and
hot, sweaty.
and then they over here trying to pull out a soft porn with Dante and Aisha. Like, let them have privacy. Get
Why
out
she
of
full
this.
massage? Oh my gosh. What did you think about that though? Because once Phil, he was the only one that I don't want to say manned up, but he was the only one bold enough to take Aisha to the side as she was kirking off and try to calm her down. And then that's when Dante, came in and swooped in or whatever.
I,
So what do you think about that?
I did like that. I like that he was
I wrote down, see, this is why we like Phil. Phil takes
that
initiative.
all the ladies love Phil.
Ladies love Phil. LL
Ella,
F
and so
no
like
P. It's Phil with a P or F.
love Phil because he knows that he probably it all. He knew exactly how to like calm her down, give her, kind of control her, not control, but like alleviate that temperament. And yeah, he already knew Aisha a little bit more or whatever. I thought that was cool. But Deontay actually definitely took.
Dante. He's
Oh,
not
sorry.
he's not Deontay.
What I
He's
call him?
You call him Deontay. Nah, he's Dante. That nigga
Deontay baby, three baby. Um, he took away some of that stress, giving her that little massage. So I'm curious to know at
So,
the
okay.
after.
Mhm.
So now Tommy comes in. Tommy came in stirring the pot. Ooh, my phone. The last part. He came in stirring the pot because the first thing he said was, "Oh, Camille, you making a face? What's that face for?"
I don't like Tommy. I mean, he comes in and I feel like he wants us to applaud. What are we applauding for? But okay.
You don't add anything, but you don't add anything. Like I could see if you were doing exercises to how to date or how to you just come in and just maybe orchestrate of how. So yeah, so he's the host, so he is kind of giving us an advertise of what's to come or whatever like that, but he doesn't really add anything. He's not an asset. So I really feel like they still need therapists. They still need people who actually are professionals. These people have not dated. They're like 40. So
And they're dating through COVID. So that's in and of itself to like unpack some stuff.
exactly. Some of them don't even know how to interact with people. So I feel like they need professionals on board to kind of navigate this. You
Right.
can't sis, you also got to know the right words and know exactly what to say, because you over here trying to stir the pot with Camille, and then you knew what was going on because you talked to production, you talked to camera people or whatever. You knew what happened the previous day. So all you're doing is inciting something, and then you're gonna say we ain't for who we for the love, but you knew what was happening. You already knew. So that was real messy, and I didn't like that. Um, so it's pretty much, and I didn't like the editing here because I really didn't know who really was talking about who when he was talking about who you feeling and who you not feeling. Some parts.
That's the thing. Before you go
Sorry.
any further, he said, "Who you feeling?" I mean, we want to know who you love. First of all, they only been dating for what, 6 weeks? They don't love nobody. Ain't nobody loving nobody. They're just dating. So I don't know if he meant to say love and it was just, and he just like, okay, I'm gonna roll with it. Ain't nobody loving nobody. It's ready to love. Who are you ready to love? Say that. That's when you put that's the branding part. Anyway, they should say, cut, say that again. Now, who are you ready to love? Say that. Who you? Ain't nobody loving nobody. And then Sydney blew me because she said she loved Frank, and I wanted to slap her. I wanted to slap her because in the next scene, she about to kiss Phil. But okay, whatever.
Yeah, I'm like that. I don't care for it. Um,
Just
but
like
they deserve each other. Both shallow. They don't talk about anything. Phil is all about being physical. So I haven't heard him say any important thing or even tell him about himself. I don't even know where he's from. Um,
who? Phil?
Frank. Um,
Oh.
I think the magnetic between or the chemistry with, because he's a good listener. I feel like he was brought up with women too. Um, so going back to Tommy and a deliberation. This is at the end. We're almost done, guys. So they got into an argument after Camille talked about something. She was speaking in codes. Nobody knows what she was talking about. Then Aisha interrupted her. Uh, and after Aisha interrupted, then Zadia came in and called Aisha a hater. And Aisha called Z an aggressive. She's aggressive. And I enjoyed when the women said, whoa, 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 whoa. Because we all know being
What that word does, yeah. Hmm.
a
You can't
micro.
don't call a black woman aggressive at all. Nope. And
You put
definitely don't call a woman of color, of dark complexion, aggressive. Don't do that either. Don't call her aggressive.
mm,
No,
yeah,
she's passionate, but
that's
don't you dare call her aggressive.
another word. We don't do that. So
I like that part too. That was my favorite part.
that was too, because all the women was like, wait, why my second minute?
No, we
We
ain't
don't
gonna do that. I
right,
love that. That was my part.
call her aggressive. We may call her mean, but we ain't gonna call her really aggressive.
Definitely a mean girl. I ain't gonna hold you with that one. Don't.
Um so anyway, so I didn't like the editing here because I didn't know who they were talking about when they were like who they were feeling, who they were not feeling. Because I know they edited all that part to make us think that it was Cornelius and Naeem. They sound like they kept calling him Naeem, so I'm gonna call him Naeem. Um, I wrote down not no, and at the end, can you summarize what happened at the end? It was they had a date
Who had a date?
between.
Oh, it was a date between Camille and Cornelius and Zadia and Naeem. Now, first of all, I don't believe the connection between Zadia and Naeem. Naeem, a lot of the women seem he's standoffish. He doesn't let you in. And with Cornelius and Camille, we all know that Cornelius is focusing on Camille when he should be expanding his options and dating everyone. So they were about to tell who was about to go off, who was about to be eliminated, and then they cut. So that apparently they want to they want to keep us waiting for eliminations until next week. So we don't know who's going home. We
We know
don't.
Cornelius.
We know it's between Naeem and Cornelius. So, but Camille, she was getting emotional. She started crying, like, I can't do this. I don't know. So, but I feel like if they send Cornelius home, they need to send Camille home. It need to be a two package deal, especially since they were all cuddled up during the whole trip. She's sitting on his lap. I mean, they look cute. I even put on my notes. Oh, look at them. They look cute. She all on his lap. It was like,
Got him. Like,
it
oh,
was cute. So if he go home, she can go home with him, so they can be together. So, because who else is she gonna date, really, after he
yeah,
goes
I
home?
vote. That's what I voted for
Oh,
next episode.
Can you repeat that right?
Yep.
What did you just say? What did
Hear
you?
me? I said I
You was
voted
breaking
Camille
up
and
a little bit.
Cornelius. Can you hear me
Oh,
now?
okay. Yeah. Mhm.
I said Camille and Cornelius is going home.
Okay.
Which prediction?
Cornel, Cornelius.
That's what
They
like Cornelius is
sent
someone on his is
home.
this
That's who I want to go home too, but I feel like they're probably gonna send home Naeem. So
yeah, Naeem is not making no they probably gonna send both of them home. And that's the case that not Zadia need to go home too. All right.
all right, well that's our spiel, and we're not gonna hold you. We're on here for like almost an hour. Oh my gosh.
Let
It's
me
crazy.
go to bed.
But holler at us. You can find us on Instagram, Cut It's a Wrap Podcast, or here, Young Black Filmmakers, to find out more information about what we're doing and keep up to date about things. So peace and blessings and enjoy your week.